I'm doing a review of another 3D VR headset. This one's by UCVR, and I'll put a link down in the video description below. It's a little bit different than you see most of the other VR headsets going. This one actually uses 3 sets of Fresnel lenses to accommodate different vision qualities. And you put in whichever one matches your particular vision ability. 0 to 3.5 diopters is going to be normal vision or slightly off vision, and then you got all of the way up to 5.5 to 8. I do wear a slight prescription, and I'm fine with the 0 to 3.5. My girlfriend does as well, and she is also in the 0 to 3.5 range. So I'm guessing your vision would have to be pretty bad to go up into the other two. It is a little bit on the chintzy side. It's very lightweight, and I think that lightweightness is kind of why it feels a little bit cheap. The plastic is a little bit thinner than I'm used to, but it also makes it so it's very light. It's not going to be heavy and pressing on your nose like some other ones. In terms of phone size, it's kind of more particular about how big of a phone it can use. It does just barely fit the iPhone 6s Plus. It will not fit my LG V10, which is a little bit bigger. The iPhone 6s Plus just barely snaps in there. On the smaller end of things, you're only going to be able to get down to a phone that's about that big. So this one is a little bit better for phones in the mid-size range. With the other VR headsets that I've reviewed, you end up seeing a black box around the image. With this one, because of the Fresnel lensing, you actually see a full immersed picture, but because it is Fresnel lensing, you do see some distortion, like mainly at the center of the field of view, because Fresnel lensing, because of the way Fresnel lensing works, it does distort things a little bit, especially if you're looking at a black background with white text. You can see the white texting blurring off and kind of distorting out a little bit. That's just a byproduct of Fresnel lensing. So it does completely take apart. You can take off the face pad there for cleaning, and the lenses, they actually pop right out by pressing that little button right there, and they just pop right out. Let's focus in on these Fresnel lenses here. You can see there all those lines in the lens. That is what is meant by Fresnel lensing. It's a lot like the magnifying lenses you see on the back of RVs. They do a pretty good job at magnifying things, but you do have a slight loss of clarity. It's almost like watching a 3D TV that doesn't use the full resolution 3D. You end up by cutting your resolution in half. But it does provide a pretty good full immersive experience. It's just not as clear as some of the other VR headsets that I have reviewed. Put this back in here. Yep, wrong way. You're probably just going to pick one lens and stick with it. You can keep the other ones around for friends and family. And it just snaps in there like that. What I do like about this one is that it has little places to put your headphone cord hole. However, with the iPhone 6s Plus, the cord hole is in the wrong place, so you're not going to be able to hit that hole when your phone is inserted. With a smaller phone, you might be able to bend or get the wire out the hole, but I found that I liked using it without the back plane on anyways. Just stick the phone in there, and yeah, iPhone 6s Plus is pretty much maxed out. Just use it without this back plane on there. If you're going to use the Bluetooth headphones, you're perfectly fine because you don't need to stick the wire through the hole like that. But yeah, so it does work. Everything is a little bit on the kind of the chintzy side. Even these things kind of get stuck not as smooth. Everything's not quite as smooth and refined as some of the other ones I've reviewed, but it does provide a decent experience, especially if you're just getting into VR and you want something that's lightweight and not cumbersome. This might be a good option. But in terms of overall quality, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I would bump that up a little bit more if everything operated a little bit better, if it could accommodate maybe a slightly larger phone. Everything is like almost there. So go ahead and hit yes for found this review helpful, hit the thumbs up button on the YouTube video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.